it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. We got a beautiful day here, 80 degrees here. We're at the Belmont. We're on the red line. We're heading up to the Cubs Sox game here. Crosstown Classic here. So we got May the 16th, 2025 here. We're waiting for the doors to close. They're waiting for the brown line train here, so we knew this would happen. So I waited to the Belmont to come live here. But Heather B, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. I'm just waiting for this brown line to pull in and see if anybody transfers. And then we'll head up to Wrigley Field there. We'll walk around Wrigley. Yeah, I went downtown. I went to work today, but I couldn't resist hopping on the train here. And we'll walk around for an hour. But I'm not going into the game. The Cubs are playing the White Sox today. And here we're at the Belmont stop here. We're on the red line. Next stop's Addison. We got White Sox fans and we got Cubs fans heading up to Wrigley there. Cynthia, how you doing there? Hey, thanks for the first like, Cynthia. Heather B, how you doing, everybody? There. One more stop to go. So we'll show you the view out the window here. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube. Let's see if anybody else joins us here. And, just joined in Chicago. So every year, sometimes they play on the south side, sometimes they play on the north side. They're starting on the north side this year with the Crosstown Classic. There goes the brown line. See how it's going up. This is the new flyover for the brown line. This is what they've been working on for a long time here. And see how they got the new beams here and the new concrete. Much quieter CTA train here on the elevator tracks. Diane, how you doing there? Really, Julie Reed there. Ernie's tuning in there. Thanks, Ernesto. Yeah, we're up by Roscoe here. Next stop's Addison here. We got a packed train here. I wanted to give the experience of what it was like to take the train up here. There's Clark Street. So, yeah, we'll walk up and down Clark Street here. It's a beautiful 80-degree day. Hope you're having, humidity's not bad. We got bright sunshine here. There's looking down Clark Street. And, yeah, look at that. At the signs there. Look at that graffiti. And you see we're looking towards the lake here. And I'm anxious to get off this train here and start walking around Wrigleyville. And, yeah, the fans are excited here. People going to the game there. You recognize this view? Yeah, that's good. See, it's good. Some things never change. You know, some of these buildings have been here for 100 years. And it's always amazing how close they are to the train tracks here. And that's what's, positive, negatives, everything. Wrigleyville's interesting because there's not parking lots surrounding the true baseball field there. It's not a stadium, it's a field, a baseball field. There, you're looking at the back of look at that spiral staircase heading to the roof. Hey, Trees, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. There we're crossing Addison. No, we're not even to Addison. That was one block south here. No, we are at Addison. Hey, we gotta get on this side here. So here, we'll get out here. Get off the red line here. Hey, we'll follow all the sports fans here. Welcome to Addison. Stop here. See, look, you can look. How you doing? See, look, you can look north here, and then we'll turn around here. See, there's the Wrigleyville rooftops. Of course, Ricketts bought all these up. There's the lot that they tore down. We'll look at that when we're on Sheffield. Here's the red line train tracks looking north. Addison here. We'll wait for people to file out here, and we'll slowly head down the stairs here. Hey, look at that! You can see in the field there. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm Brian Willie, Chicago. How you doing? You guys going in the game today? Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, what a beautiful day for a game. It's like summertime. How many viewers do we have? Oh, I got 28. I'm on YouTube. Usually when I'm on TikTok, I can get like 300 Yeah, go ahead. Give a shout out.
28 people.
That's good. That's good. That's a good way to start. Yeah, go Cubs. That's good. Yes, that's awesome. Thanks for saying hello. This is great. This always happens. It's always the bottleneck getting out of the station. You know. Where are you guys from? You from the city or from the burbs?
From the suburbs. Oh, like Naperville area.
You came in. A good day to come in.
Great day to come in.
I was at the beach yesterday. It was great. Everybody's got their bikinis and hopefully it'll continue. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. So here, I'll walk around. Here, we'll wait for this to clear out here. We'll show the train going by here. And it's great people giving a shout out there. And hey, there we go. Look at that. He's sitting in the back there. That's a good view. So here's the Howard, or this will go to Howard. Look how they're just stopped there. This is the Addison stop on the red line. I'm just waiting for the traffic jam of people trying to fit down the stairs. And this happens when you get a full train. And how's everybody doing here? Crusader King there. Yeah, Free Palestine. There you go. There you go. You rooting for the Mets there? Yeah, see? So is New York having the Crosstown Classic now? Are you playing the Yankees? Is that going on? A lot of times they'll do the Crosstown Classics. I've been inside this building. My friend Dave used to live in this building. We've sat on the porch, and that's how close he used to live to Wrigley Field, and that's why he became a Cubs fan. He was from New Jersey, but he moved to Chicago just like me when he was younger and lived here more than half of his life. And you know, imagine living in that house, being this close to the Wrigleyville rooftops. And I've been up there. Maybe someday we'll do a live stream from the Wrigleyville rooftops. Wouldn't that be nice? And thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we're gonna tootle around Wrigley Field there. Trying, how you doing there? You want me to go to New York? Are you gonna pay for me to go to New York? We got so many New York live streamers. You can watch, you know, Dan All Day New York City. You can watch Marty Mayora. You can watch Mikey. Mikey's great. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers there. And you can watch Kenny. There's so many great New York live streamers. And I bet some of them will be covering whatever's going on there today. But we're in Chicago. I'm Brian, Really Chicago. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube. We often go on TikTok, but I want to do a nice continuous stream where you can watch the full rerun here on YouTube, which is nice if you go to the live tab here. But here we're leaving the Addison stop here on the red line. And here, let's see what's happening in the pregame. I'm not going in a game. I'm just walking around during my normal lunch hour here. And happy Friday here, 80 degrees. It's like a normal summer day here. It's like summertime. Here, look at all you. Here's always by the dugout here. There's always people hawking tickets here. Yeah, there you go. But here we'll file through with all the people. We're at Sports Corner here. This is the corner of Sheffield and Addison. And it's yeah, look, they got the windows open here. Yeah, people selling candy, selling shirts. Yeah, good weekend there. Yeah, you want to get a Javi Baez jersey? Yeah, we got all kinds of it. I want to see if they got a Pope, thing for the White Sox, because, you know, of course, we got a Chicago Pope now, and I'm sure the White Sox are going to capitalize on that. So here we'll head. We'll go up Sheffield here. And of course, there was a shooting here last night. Pew pew. I guess I don't know if I could. You know, it's probably more safe here on YouTube than TikTok. I know people will probably bring it up. We'll talk about it. I think it was a bunch of teenagers, and thankfully, no one was off. It was somebody got hit in the arm, I think. But it was like 15 rounds, and it was over by Murphy's. We'll talk about it when we get up there. I just saw it on the news. But here we're by Sports Corner here. Welcome to Friendly. See, there's extra security here today because probably of what happened last night. And that's why there's probably a heavy police presence here today. So there's the dog here. There's a police dog here. How you doing there? Look at that. Yeah. So here we'll head around here. Yeah, the White Sox need divine intervention. I know probably the Chicago Pope is probably the best thing that's happened to the White Sox in a long time, because they've been threatening to leave the city, and they have a horrible losing record. We went to the White Sox home opener, and we went to the Cubs home opener. I didn't go inside. We walked around. Yeah, how you doing there? Yeah, we got plenty of content. If you go to YouTube or TikTok, we got tons of content. And then if you go to my YouTube page there, we got hundreds of videos. And I got all over the city, over 250 videos on the west and south side on TikTok, and we'll continue to do more. But today, because the White Sox are up here on the north side playing the Cubs, the Crosstown Classic here at Wrigley, we'll walk here. We'll head around the bleachers here. We'll go to the Harry Carey statue and we'll see what's happening by Murphy's bleachers there. Yeah. Naya, how you doing there? Julie Reed. Michael, thanks for tuning in, Michael. Yeah. Home of the Cubs. Trying. Yeah, we got plenty of videos of downtown. I get criticized for being downtown way too much because I work downtown. I was down there this morning. But here, see, and here's this empty lot. I almost failed to mention it here. See, this is the old Emas Catalyte buildings here, where they used to have all those cryptic words and numbers here. Here's this empty lot here. Ricketts bought up a lot of these and he tore this down. They're building a new 4-story building there, and a lot of people aren't happy about it, and they're worried about these other buildings here. They say this is not any protected historic district. They could tear down all these buildings, which might happen someday. But here, we'll head up to Murphy's bleachers here. Murphy's pub here. But it's 80 degrees, 82 degrees. It's really warm. It's really windy. So, Pete, how you doing there? Mary Therese there. Yeah, how you doing, everybody? Yeah. Ruben, how you doing there? Yeah, beautiful area, beautiful day. Finally feels like summertime here. Look at Murphy's bleachers here. Hey, we got some sculptures here. Selling shirts here, Murphy's bleachers. Pretty crowded. We'll wait till this crowd clears out. I'm not going to attempt to go in any of these until the game goes. See, people are starting to go in the bleachers here. Here's the back of the sign here. Here's the Harry Carey statue here. There it is. Hey, here's Harry Carey. People take pictures here by the Harry Carey statue. How you doing? Yeah. So here, let's head over to the train tracks here. I just want to see how many people are in Murphy's bleachers here. There it is. The Pope Chicago. Already got it on the shirt there. That's great. For the White Sox. Here's all the Cubs shirts here. Here, Cubs Show. Let's see. Here's what it says. Cubs Show, White Sox, how to fill a ballpark. 1:20 start. Yeah, I guess the game's sold out. And there's everybody hanging out here at Murphy's bleachers here. Yeah, it's a heavy police presence here. There's White Sox fans enjoying this beautiful summer day. What a great day to go to a ball game here. Thanks for tuning in there. How's everybody doing? Yeah, how you doing? Hey, yeah, that's very nice. Like the chain there. It's great. She has a big necklace. See, we've gone back there. I'm not going to fight to get to the crowd. It's too hot to be doing that today, but there's a good crowd there. Look at that. You get the Cubs marquee there. The wind's blowing from south to the north. We probably got a lot of, maybe the balls will fly out to the left field because the wind seems to be blowing straight north to the left field side of Wrigley Field. The wind's blowing out today, so maybe there'll be some home runs due to the wind. Holy cow. Lorene, how you doing here? Look where we're at, Lorene. Hey, Lorene, thanks for tuning in. I didn't see you were asking about my other Aunt Susan there on my dad's side there. Yeah. My dad, the last time you talked to Susan, she was doing well. He's still there with Ken there in Batesville. But, yeah, she had a hip or knee replacement, so that kind of set her back, just like my dad had a knee replacement. So she's been recovering from that. But other than that, Susan's doing great. And she's a grandmother now. And, her 3 daughters there. I think Angie has some kids, and I don't know about Leslie. I know she's married. And Thanks for asking about Susan there, Lorene. I missed that comment there yesterday. I saw it when I watched the rerun there. So I don't even get all the comments, but here we are, friendly confines here. The White Sox are playing the Cubs today, so that's why I took the train up from downtown there. I did go to work this morning. People are going to accuse me of playing hooky, but my laptop's back at home there, so after this, I'm going to head back to... He's selling peanuts, that's what he's selling. I'm going to head back to work and try to get some work done this afternoon, which is going to be hard because the weather's so nice on a Friday. But hey, we're going to enjoy this next 50 minutes here. We'll walk around. I'll give you a full circumnavigation of the whole Wrigley Field here. We've done this before. We were up here for opening day, and we were up here for a game. I'm not going in the game. I'll listen to it on the radio. But here's the, look at the wall of shirts here. You got the wall of shirts. Brian Sandberg. See, there's the, yeah, look at all this swag here. Look at all this merchandise. How you doing? That's great. Hey, doing good. Yeah, look at that. There's the train going by. There's the red line. See, we just took that. And there you see it right there heading through. It's easy to get to by transit. Just take the red line to the Addison stop there. Huge clearance sale. Yeah, Lorraine, how you doing there? William, Scotland, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to an American baseball game here. We got a crosstown rivalry. We have two baseball teams here in Chicago, and they're playing today, so it's a crosstown rivalry. Here's all the foul home run balls and foul balls here. So here's the, we talked to these guys before. They got all these. You can buy some real MLB baseballs. They got baseball cards, and of course we got the shrine. We got the shrine here, and here it is. Marilyn Robbins, Danny Rockets. This is the shrine to Marilyn Roberts here. Look at that. And people always decorate this. These guys knew this woman. And here's all the guys here. So it's pretty windy here. It's going to be hard to hear me with the wind, I know, but welcome to the Windy City. Very pretty. See, there's the new White Sox. New White Sox jerseys there. They're red. It makes me think of when they Cincinnati Reds. They just played the Cincinnati Reds. But there's the new White Sox uniforms they broke out this year, where they added red to their color palette there. Yeah, Vincent, how you doing there? What's happening? Vincent, respect all of us here. How you doing there? Yeah. Scott, how you doing there? Let's play two. Let's play hooky. Yeah. So here we'll head by the fire station. We were able to get in the fire station. Hey, how you doing? I saw you. Hey, I saw you a second time. That's great. How you doing? That's awesome. Hey, she remembered us. That's great. Yeah, so people are going into Beyond the Ivy here. Look at all. Yeah, 9 minutes they're going to open up here. So people are starting to queue up here, get in line. They got all these pieces of artwork. How you doing? So here's the fire station. They're closing the door. And if you get here early, they let you in. And there's the Engine 78 Ambulance 6 here. I'll back up so you can see it here. We're on the left field gate here, gate number 5. This is how you get to the left field side. And there it is, this fire department. We've got reruns where we go inside there. They just closed the door. 1915, this firehouse here, Engine 78 Ambulance 6. And at Wrigley on Waveland side here. So here we'll head past the statues here. We'll go into Gallagher Way. And the game's supposed to start at 1:20. So I'll probably stream into 1 o'clock at least. And we'll see how much we can see. We'll go down Clark Street. We'll check out Wrigleyville, the bars for the game here. Hey, Lorraine, Anita's tuning in. Yeah, friends from California. That's great. So here, people are sitting out here. We got a bar over here. The Lucky Door. Patio tap. Hey, they got bands over here. Yeah. Baseball's in the Bible. Yeah, we can make all kinds of interesting references there. Imagine the possibilities. Chicago Pope, White Sox fan. So hey, the White Sox are playing the Cubs today here at Wrigley Field. Here, we're on Gallagher Way here. So you need a ticket to get in here, but we can still film the back. Here's the back of the Ryan Sandberg statue. We were here last year on TikTok. We saw Ronnie Lulu last year at the Ryan Sandberg statue unveiling. And there's Ron Santo. There's Sweet Swing and Billy Williams. Sounds like they got a band. Oh, they do have a band here. They have a band here. Wow.
Is it Mr. Nixon? Just a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Watching everything you do.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
Still, I don't understand.
Yeah.
You keep on, you stay up.
I don't know what this is. They got some kind of vendor thing here. Hey, welcome to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field here. There's the here's Fergie Jenkins. And here's the great Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, let's play two. Look at the statue here. And yeah, there's the Jumbotron. You people, we could go up there, but I'm gonna walk up and down Clark Street here. And yeah, see, we went there for opening day. We went up to, you can get up there. And if we got time, we'll go ahead up there. I want to walk up and down Clark Street here. So we'll, let's see what time we got, 12:15. So here, we'll head south on Clark Street. We'll head back through here. Hey, there's the pregame show. There's the pregame show right there. And look at that. Hey, there's the Chicago Pope right there. Look at that. Yes, there's the Chicago Pope there. Welcome to Chicago. Wrigley Field. The Cubs are playing the White Sox here. Crosstown Classic. And we got a beautiful 80-degree day. We got a lot of wind, so I know it's hard to hear. But here, we'll head right down Clark Street here. And we'll just we'll soak in these good vibes and sunshine here. What a great day there. Yeah, the Pope, did you see that? Yeah, you feel like you're there. You are here, virtually. There's the Smoke Daddy there. There's the Zachary Hotel. And yeah, usually they got live bands here, but I don't see anything. There's the, yeah. We'll head past the marquee here. Mordecai Whiskey and Grill there, the smokehouse. There's the McDonald's is still there. There's the band, there's the band. Day here, sunny day. There you can see all the way to John Hancock. Yeah, if you just tuned in, we're in Chicago, of course, here by Wrigley Field. They're having the Cubs versus White Sox here. So we'll head past the marquee here, and then we'll head down Clark Street. We'll go by all the bars here in Wrigleyville, get the vibe of the crowd here, and then we'll head back and probably head all the way up to Metro, and then we'll come back and go back around the outfield there. But yeah, there it is. There's the Chicago Pope. Yeah. Very windy today. I saw that, D. Michael. That's great. Thanks for your good comments here. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in here. What a great day here. Happy Friday. White Sox versus the Cubs. 1:20 here. There's the marquee there, the classic marquee, Wrigley Field here. Look at all the people out here. And people taking pictures here. Yeah, there it is. Welcome to Wrigley Field. Crosstown Classic here. The first game of the all weekend here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There you go. Here, let's cross the street here. We'll head down Clark Street. We'll go down one side and we'll come back the other. We're crossing Addison there. See, we got off the Addison stop here on the red line. And there's Cubby Bear. Grim Evil sent me there. There's a nice musical act playing there. I can't remember the person's name there, but there's the White Sox versus the Cubs there, Wrigley Field. So here we'll head down here and see what's happening here. It's kind of chaotic. Hey, say Ferris, that's great, yeah. People are excited here. A lot of police. And we hear sirens coming. There's Sluggers. Welcome to the city. Big bad city. That was a fire truck. A fire truck just went through there. I missed it. Hey, look at this mural here. There's not too many people. People will probably come here after the game. It'll be more crowded here after the game. So we'll just. I'll only go down about 2 blocks and then we'll turn around and we'll head back to the field there. And they'll have bands here at the tin roof. They're not even started yet because they'll wait till the game gets out. I don't know if I'm coming back up here after the game or not. There's the Mayfest is starting in Lincoln Park and it's on Armitage and it's starting this weekend. I forgot about it. We went to it last year and it was pretty good. It's just a street festival. They got stages at both ends. That's where we saw Fiddle Rock. Remember, we saw Fiddle Rock there last year. There's Moe's Cantina. You can sit on the roof. There's Merkel's Bar and Grill. We'll head to this new Western bar over here. This is Clark Street. And we'll head back up to Wrigley to cover the crowds there filing into the White Sox versus Cubs here. So here, they totally rebranded this. Now it's called the Stolen Saddle. See, now it's a Western theme park. This works perfectly with Beyonce being in town here. Look at all the, man, how you doing there? Yeah, how you doing? Hey, Brian Really Chicago, how you doing? You guys going to the game? Or that's great. What a beautiful day. It's like summer. Hey, thanks for saying hello. That's great. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. How you doing? Yeah, how's everybody doing? That's awesome. Thanks for saying hello. The Stolen Saddle here. We got the windows open. Everybody's in a good mood here. 80 degrees. What a way to start the weekend here. This is going to be the warmest day of the whole weekend. Here's the stretch. Look at that. Hey, how you doing? That's great. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, that's great. You're stretching out. Here's Nola. Everybody's sitting out here. So I'll probably cross right here. We'll see. We'll go to the Happy Camper here. Here's the Sandlot. It used to be Save Ferris, I think. I don't know. They keep changing it. Now it doesn't even look like it's open. But there's the Rabbit Hole. Hacienda Suarez. Yeah, maybe I'll cross the street here with some people on bikes here. Very windy. Yeah, we're going. Cheesy's Pub and Grill. So this is pretty much where Wrigleyville is here. I got to get out of the bike path here. Somebody's got to run into me. Oops. There's the Country Club. Hey, there it is, the Country Club. Here's the Happy Camper here. People are hanging out the Happy Camper with all the disco balls. How you doing here? Yeah. Look, the Happy Camper, there it is. They're clapping. Hey, they got the sunroof open. Zam Zam, Demo's Pizza. Here's the Country Club. Yeah, how you doing? Cubs and White Sox fans here, Crosstown Classic. Yeah, we'll just head back up Clark Street. We'll go back up to Wrigley Hill. Here's 12:23. It's stormy in Kentucky. How you doing there, Christy? You remember the country club? Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Maria, how you doing there? Yeah. Sorry if I missed your comment there. I've been looking at where I was going here. Yeah, Tasty Beer Wench, how you doing? Here's the rabbit hole. They got the Jenga games, not too many people. Rabbit hole where people comes by here. Here's the Roadhouse 66. They got a nice outdoor patio here. You can sit in the shade, which is good on today because it's actually hot. See the Stolen Saddle, it's multiple levels, 3 levels there. And here we're crossing at Cornelia. This is Cornelia. And I should have told Crazy Dog Dad I was up here. I had to go downtown, and I actually had to meet with somebody downtown. And as late as like 10:30, I had no idea I was going to be up here. I thought I was just going to walk through downtown like my normal walk. But I was like, I got to hop on a train. I got to come up here. And look at this. Here's the Old Crow. Here's the Old Crow. Look at the nice lighting here. They got the giant horse there. You get up there. Here's this cowboy that got a country western singer here. There it is. Hey, they got the bouncers here. Here's the Old Crow here. They got multiple seating areas here, outdoor areas. How you doing? It's great. How you doing? Usually they have a band here at Merkel's, but they don't have it set up yet. Probably after the game they'll put a band right here. And here we'll head by Moe's Cantina. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, rooftops open and Mo Cantina. Yeah, go to the rooftop for margaritas. Look at the beautiful decor here. They got like the nice hats here. Moe's Cantina here on Clark Street. This is all the new stuff that Rick has built, the Alamo. I guess there's a feeder there. There's a bowling alley on the other side. And then they got this tin roof. They always, usually after the game, they'll have live music here. We'll head by the HVAC here, Pizza Pub. How you doing? And they got the windows open here. It'll be more crowded after the game. They'll have DJs and stuff. Hey, they're doing the promotion. There's Sluggers. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, let's walk through Sluggers. Let's see if they let us in Sluggers without carding us. Hey, free water with the peanut purchase. There you go. What a deal. So here, we'll head right through here. Sluggers has the batting cages here. Let's see if we can head through here and show you the batting cages here. Are we streaming okay? Yeah, here's Sluggers. Sluggers is known. They have batting cages in the game room on the top. And they also have dueling pianos. And they got a nice bar here. And you can sit here right by the window. Batting cages here. You go to the second level here. Go to the game room. Go up the stairs. And I will show you the batting cages of Sluggers here. It's a classic if you go. If you've never been to Wrigleyville, even if you're not a Cubs fan, check out the batting cages at Sluggers. It's a fun way to take some swings before you go to a real baseball game here. And they got the counter here. And then they got the dueling pianos there if you go that way. But here, we'll show you the batting cages here. We're streaming okay? They got the game room here. Yeah, she's batting here. Look at that, yeah. Batting cages. Is it going? There it goes. There. Here it comes, here it goes. They're waiting. Yeah, we'll see if it actually. I guess they're not going. She was waiting for. I thought she was going to take a swing there. So here's the bar up here. They got they do dueling pianos here, so people will be doing sing-alongs and stuff here. Here's the game room at Sluggers. Super shot. There, he's batting. He's batting. He can play the hockey game here. There it goes. Oh, strike one. So they got ski ball. If you look out the window, how you doing? Playing ski ball. If you look out the window, you see the Chris Bryant mural there. Here's Sluggers. I think this is Eddie here. So here, we'll get out of here. It's kind of crowded here. How you doing? You see what's going on here. See, he's batting there. Doing a super shot.
Yes, sir. Actually helping farmers. I don't
He's golfing. She was waiting for the pitch, but the pitch never came. How you doing? So here, we'll head down the stairs here. Look at all the... You can win prizes just like Chuck E. Cheese is there for playing the games here. You can redeem your prizes. Hey, how you doing? See, I switched to the Cubs hat. But if we were down on the south side, I'd be wearing my Sox hat because I'm bisexual. Because I grew up a Reds fan, so when I go to, most Chicagoans would never do that. They would never have both hats. There's Sluggers. Oh, but you see, we get out of here. It's very hard coming out of here. Yeah, it's adult version of Chuck E. Cheese's, BG. It's a bar. You can get hard drinks for people that want to get drunk fast. There it is. Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs there. White Sox versus Cubs, 120. Yeah, look at that. So here, people are sitting here at the bar here. All the windows are open. Vines on Clark. We'll go by the Cubby Bear here. Here's the media. Cubs versus White Sox here, 120 game. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, Brian, really Chicago. How you doing? You in my card? Good, thank you. That's good. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. That's great. Thank you. Cubby Bear. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. So here we are. So here we're in the Cubby Bear. Good. They know who I am, so I got. They know any promotion's a good promotion here. So there they got ESPN Chicago.
We're gonna be there.
Hey, how you doing? That's good. How you doing? Yeah, that's awesome here. It's ESPN Chicago. They're doing the radio show right here. Cubby Bear here. How you doing? Yeah. So here we go. Go ahead around to the back here. All right, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Cubby Bear. Restrooms are down there. Souvenirs. You get a souvenir in the restroom. You can sit on the bear there. Here's the back bar of the Cubby Bear here. There. Got the Harry Carey there. Got the bear. But what a great moment in time here. It feels like summer. Look how you can look out the window and see the Wrigley Field right there. There's the photo booth. There they got the axe. This is crowded. I'm going to sneak out the back door. Okay, good.
We were about to head over there. She's like, you want to go
Thank you. I'll be back. Thank you.
Good.
Ice cold water. There we go. Yeah. Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs here. Playing the White Sox here, the Crosstown Classic. What time we got here? 12:32. Yeah. Only $2 here. Very expensive on the inside, I agree.
Okay, I'll meet you over there.
Hey Chris, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you see where we're at here, Ava? How you doing there? Yeah, I don't know why you can't send gifts. Maybe it's because of YouTube. I don't know. You can always go to PayPal and just cut out the middleman there. I would appreciate it. We could cut out Google and TikTok, and we can cut out Google from taking a cut. I shouldn't say that because they're listening. The algorithm's listening. But here we'll go back by the marquee here, and we'll check out the see if the band's still playing here. There it is. White Sox versus Cubs, 120 here. People are starting to enter the game here. We got 12:33, so less than an hour until game time. And I'm not going in the game. I'm just walking around here showing the vibe here before the game. And we saw the Pope over here. Let's see if we see the Chicago Pope again. He was dressed in red. They had the media over here. We'll go up to Gallagher Way here and see what this band's doing. 83-mile-an-hour wind. Chris, I'm so sorry what happened with your tree there. You know, we talked about it briefly this morning. People got wind damage. I know Wisconsin had some tornadoes. Crazy weather last night. There's the band. Here's Gallagher Way. You can only send a super chat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Does anybody know what's going on with the gifts? I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Amplified rhythm and blues there. Yeah, Friday 120. Yeah, he's got the right shirt there. Friday at 120. Here we are. So here, let's go. Here's where the pregame show's going on. We'll film this a little bit. This is where we saw the Pope before. Maybe we'll see the Pope again here. Chicago Pope. And maybe, no, the Pope must have went somewhere else. Maybe the Pope had to use the restroom there. But here's the, let's go around here so we can get maybe a better view of it here. There's people watching it right here. Here we go. There it is. There's all the pregame show right there. There's the live pregame. And there's the camera crew there. Yeah, let's go up there. Let's get a nice overview of this whole scene here. We'll head up to the top here. Let me get out my ID here. Hey, I look old enough. We'll head up to the top here. This is the brick house here. Okay, we're headed to the second level. We'll get a good view of Gallagher Way here. Hey, they got buckets of beer. Yeah, we made it to the second level here. Let's head out here and see what's going on. Brick house reserved. We'll stay here until they kick me out. Here, look at that. We got a nice view. There's where we were just at. There's the pregame show going on. They're filming it for the TV. Look how you can look back to the Chicago skyline there. And here's Gallagher Way before the White Sox play the Cubs here at Wrigley Field. The first game of the Crosstown Classic. It's going to go on all weekend here. We got such a beautiful day. 82 degrees. The wind's blowing out. There's probably going to be a lot of home runs today. Maybe we'll see if the wind. Now it looks like the wind's blowing in, but it looked like it was blowing out, blowing north. We got a south wind. There, let's zoom in. Let's see if we can get the band over here. There, let's get out of here.
You have to go on the other side, too.
Hey, people are getting their food here.
I'm out here watching others.
So we'll keep on going. We'll head back down to the street level here. I just want to get this view here. It's such a nice view, an overview of Gallagher Way here, Wrigley Field here, the friendly confines. Yeah, we got Sox fans, we got Cubs fans here. We'll head down the stairs here. Yeah, thanks for tuning in there. Go Cubs, go Sox. Hope it's a good game here. Nah, we made it. So here we'll head back. We'll head back to Murphy's Bleachers here. We got 12:39. There's all the statues here. Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, Ron Santo. I forgot Fergie Jenkins. And then here's Ron Santo and Ryan Sandberg. We were here last year when they unveiled this. That's what we were just looking at there. Here we'll head over to Waveland and we'll go back to Murphy's Bleachers there. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Brian Really Chicago. That's great. Thanks for saying hello. See, that's people saying hello, getting excited for the game here. I like feeding off the energy of the crowd here. There, look at that, the Rolling Stone with the baseball tongue here. Yeah, all the creative shirts. I really hope we run into the Pope again. He was wearing like the red robes there. It was like the new White Sox red uniform there. How you doing? He's got the Bears uniform. There's the fire station here. There's people are in these rooftops here. Yeah. How you doing? That's great. I wouldn't go so far. I didn't realize that he was using pejoratives there. But here's the left field gate here. Yeah, look at all the fans here. There's the train. Look at the scene. You look down Waveland. You can see the train going through there. Yeah. Yeah, the White Sox need a divine intervention. Here, we'll head under the, this is the left field side here, Waveland Avenue. We'll head over to Sheffield. Sounds of summer. So here's Kenmore. A lot of times, sometimes balls will be hit out of the park and they go bouncing down Kenmore. These guys collect the balls here. They collect the batting practice balls that go out of the park. And here's the shrine here. Kenmore and Waveland here. Beth Murphy Honorary Way. And here's the shrine to Marilyn Robbins here. There's Danny Rockets. They got the baseball card there. See, they got Jose Cuervo. I'm sure they got some Malort. They got to have some Malort here. Here's the, see, you got all the baseballs here. You get all your official baseballs here. Talk to these guys. Look at that. Look at the size of that glove. Look at the size of that glove. And they wheel this out here. They're out here all the time. We talk to these guys sometimes. And go ahead past all the shirts here. Wes, how you doing there, Jasper? Yeah, I don't know about McGinty's there. Maybe somebody can help out there. Oh yeah, it's pretty packed here today. Again, we got beautiful weather here. There's the wall of shirts here. You get all your swag here. There's the rooftops there. We'll head over to Harry Carey statue here. We were here earlier. Christie, yeah, it's packed. We'll show you how packed. That's where the box office when it's open. There's also the box office on the other side here. Hey, a bunch of people taking pictures in front of the Harry Carey statue here. It's pretty windy. I know it's probably hard to hear me. There's the Harry Carey statue. How you doing? Hey, everybody's taking pictures. Yeah, look at that.
Y'all just slide in.
Yeah, we'll all slide in. We'll all get in with the picture there. Yeah, very nice. Look at that. Yeah. Here we go. It's some type of Pope. I don't know. Let's see here what we got here. I like that. That's nice. Hey, Chicago Pope. That's great. Very nice. Yeah. So that's not the one we saw earlier. We saw a different guy. Here's Murphy's Bleachers. And here's the baseball cruiser. Yeah, it's pretty crowded here at Murphy's Bleachers here. Now let's head around here. We'll head all the way around here. Here's all the shirts here. There we go. Pope Chicago. Murphy's Bleachers, Murphy's Bleachers. There's the back of the scoreboard. Flags are flying out. This is called Wrigley Field in Chicago. We're on Sheffield, heading south from Waveland, and we'll head down to Addison. We took the red line up here. I was downtown earlier, but we snuck up here because it's such a beautiful day. I'm going to seize the day. And here's all the Wrigleyville rooftops on Sheffield. We'll show you the gap here. This is the building where we saw Bruce Springsteen. We saw Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam come out of here and go in when they played the concerts here. And when people go up to the Wrigleyville rooftops, the MS Cadillac building, and then they tore down this building, the Lakeview Baseball Club's right here. But they're gonna build a new building here in this gap. It's pretty controversial. A lot of people are pretty angry about this, but there's nothing we can do about it because Rick has bought all this up, and he's gonna do whatever the hell he wants with it. But there's no landmark protected status, at least for these buildings. Maybe there is for the field itself. I don't know, but they did so many alterations to the field. So this is Wrigley Field, Chicago, Illinois. See people are up there waving. There's the Benjamin Moore advertisement here. And we'll head over to Addison here. Oh, I had a big ice cream cone. Hey, thanks for the big ice cream cone. I missed that. Thanks for letting me know there. Whoever gave that gift, I appreciate whatever super sticker, whatever it was. I'm using Streamlabs, so sometimes the graphics don't work on Streamlabs like you see them. Maybe, hopefully you saw it on your end. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube here. And we'll head around to Addison here. Hey, thanks for tuning in YouTube here. It's a lunchtime walk here. I'll probably walk another 10-15 minutes here. We'll head down Addison. We'll go past the sports book. We'll show you the Addison stop here. There's the train. We'll show the train pulling out here. And there's the police going by. There's heavy police presence because of there's the red line pulling out. There, look at that. Hey, we're at Sports Corner here. There goes the red line heading south from Addison. Yeah, we'll show the shirts here. People are starting to go in the game here. Probably what I'll do is I'll head back to Clark Street and we'll head up to Metro. We'll go by Wrigleyville Dogs, and then we'll just walk back down Clark Street and call it an afternoon. Mayfest is starting in Lincoln Park this afternoon at 4 o'clock. I'm debating to just go over there. I know this game will probably be over around 3 or 4. I usually don't go on until 5. I'm supposed to go back to work this afternoon, which is what I'm going to do after this. So we'll probably just do Mayfest tonight on TikTok. And I just wanted to get the pregame here with the bright sunshine, get people filing into the game, give you an overview of what it looks like when a real daytime game's going on a Friday. And we got the whole summer ahead of us. Hopefully it'll be a good baseball season here. It's already started off pretty exciting. Yeah, Sheridan, how you doing there? West Green there. Let's see, the Opal guy there, yeah. Mid-60s. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we're looking for Jake and Elwood. Yeah, Jake and Elwood used the address for Wrigley Field as their address there. That's what they gave. Here, we'll head over to Clark Street here. Yeah, thanks for the Blues Brothers reference. That's great. Welcome to Chicago here. Yeah, everybody's excited. People are, I mean, what a beautiful day to go to a ball game. I'm envious of these people that got a summer-like day here in May. And it's very windy, so the ball's probably going to be sailing today. Should be an exciting game here as people filing in. And we'll go past the marquee here. We'll cross the street if we can. And then we'll head up Clark Street a little bit from the other side of the street. How you doing? Hey, there we go. White Sox versus the Cubs. There's the marquee. Here we're at Clark and Addison. You know, see Jake and Elwood here. Hey, they got the street closed, so we can just wander out here in the street. See, we already went to Cubby Bear there. There it is. Cubs versus White Sox versus Cubs, 120. Here's the bus coming through here. They got the flags on either side. Yeah. Swift Tavern. Got the windows open. You can feel the air conditioning coming out here. I already got the air conditioning on. That bus is blowing its horn. How you doing? That was awesome. Hey, there's the Pope Chicago shirt there. The old Bears. How you doing there? Hey, how you doing, Brian? Chicago. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's Chicago bail bonds. That's great. That's awesome. See his shirt? It says Chicago bail bonds. That's good. Here, Mordecai. Get some whiskey. Yeah, sitting here. It's just good to see people enjoying the day here, having a drink, enjoying the sunshine, going to a ball game. This is what it's all about. Yeah. Big Star. This is Clark Street. We're right across from Wrigley Field here. You see where we're at. We were up there. People sitting outside here. This is Patterson and Clark. We'll go up by Rizzo's.
Peanuts, cold water, Gatorade.
And we'll go by. Oops, how you doing? Here's the small Cheval. Here's Rizzo's. We'll go by Bernie's. Let's see if anybody's at Bernie's. A friend of mine was at Bernie's the night that the Cubs won the World Series of 2016, and it was bedlam. He was at the bar when the Cubs won the World Series. I was out of town. I was so pissed because I was not in Chicago. I was out of town for work, and we had to watch it on the road. Here's Bernie's Tap and Grill here. This is Clark and Waveland here. It's a very popular spot here. We'll cross the street here. We got people are sitting out here at Bernie's. We'll go by Raising Cane's here. We already went down there. We'll head up past Wrigleyville Dogs, and we just go up to Metro. We'll see who's playing at the Metro. Metro's a great rock club there. Joe Shanahan. And hey, Jesus saves. Here's Yaxie's, another pre-game watering hole here. They got a nice outdoor patio here. You go to Yaxie's here. Look at that. Yeah, Wrigleyville. So there's a Billy Goats up here. And of course, it's not. It's the original Billy Goats is underneath, across from the Tribune Tower there in the lower level of Michigan Avenue. Here's the Outpost. They got a camera there. The Outpost here. Here's Billy Goats. Billy Goat Tavern and Grill, Clark Street. There's Wrigleyville Dogs. There's Billy Goats. Here's the Metro. Look, Royce Cop. True Electric. Petrixa, but Royce Cop, I've heard of Royce Cop there. How you doing there? Thanks for saying hello. Look, here's the Metro. You go downstairs, go to the Smart Bar. Smart Bar's down below. It's a dance club, after hours dance club. Beforehand, you go to the Metro for the rock show or the whatever music acts coming through. Here's Wrigleyville Dogs. We'll cross the street here after this car goes through. We'll show you the facade of the Metro, which used to be. This was a Swedish auditorium building. It was called the North Side Auditorium Building. And I think the Chicago Swedish community built this. And then Joe Shanahan bought it and turned it into a rock club. But look at that beautiful facade there. Northside Auditorium Building here, the Metro, there's Smart Bar, you go down, Billy Goats. This is Wrigleyville, the north side, but there's the Gingerman. They got nice pool tables. I don't know if they're nice. They have a pool table. Here's Wrigleyville Dogs. You get your Chicago style hot dog. We usually go to Byron's. We go a little further north. We go up to Irving Park and we go to Byron's, which is another hot dog joint. But this one's a little closer. You want to get your Chicago style hot dog before you go to the game here. But there's the beautiful Northside Auditorium Building where the Metro is. And I saw all kinds of shows here. Great small intimate venue. Used to live in Pilsen. Now you live in Archer Heights by Midway. That's great. Thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, Smart Bar makes you smart. No, it makes you stupid. I was at Smart Bar for 2000. You know, when the millennium happened, we went to Metro. We saw Poi Dog Pondering, and then afterwards, well, we did the countdown in the Metro for the millennium, and then we went downstairs and danced the night off at Smart Bar. That was a memorable night. And I was living in Chicago then. I moved here in 1999, and I got to spend the 99 to 2000, and then 2000 to 2001, which is the true millennium. I was at the Double Door, and that was the Double Door. North Milwaukee Damon, which is now closed. It's now a Yeti store. They're trying to open the new Double Door up in Uptown on Wilson, but it's still slow getting going. So we'll head right straight down to Clark Street here. We'll wrap this up by just heading straight past Gallagher Way, and I'm gonna head back home here and try to get some work done. We'll probably go on TikTok tonight after 5. We might just head over to Mayfest in Lincoln Park there on Armitage. They might have some bands, and we'll just walk through there and give you overview. Because I'll promote that. And Maha Janga sent me some stuff I want to promote for Wicker Park.
Last peanuts here, peanut.
Yeah, there's some events going on in Wicker Park this weekend, tomorrow. And Grim even told me about some other musical acts and things going on. So there's all kinds of stuff starting to happen here. And, you're at Navy Pier for the Millennium? Wow, but that was nice. Yeah, were you at the end, the rotunda at the end there? Was there a big New Year's Eve gala? I bet that was nice. Yeah. There's the Zachary Hotel. But yeah, there's Bernie's Lost and Found, Rizzo's. We'll go past the Gallagher Way here. We'll go past the Marquee. And I want to get home. I might hop on a bike and just ride down Clark Street so I can start listening to this game and get back to work. And I'll just put the radio on while I'm at work this afternoon. And it was great. Thanks for being part of it here. Thanks to my mods and everybody else. And we'll be doing this. See, they're packing up all the pregame show there. You're at your father-in-law's place? Hey, that's good. Hey, Krista, yeah, what a beautiful day. Yeah, just what a beautiful day to go a game. Everybody's filing into the game here. Game's going to start in 20 minutes here. They're probably going to do the first pitches and national anthem right now. So we'll just head past the sign one more time, and then I'll sign off once we cross Addison. And we'll be back on tonight and see what happens with this game. Hey, thanks Chris and Michael and Anita and everybody for tuning in. Mary Therese, and I don't know if Shauna was tuning in there. There, you can win this official vehicle of the Cubs. What a beautiful day. Hey Maria, thanks for tuning in. Ernie, thanks for being on. Thanks Ernie for being here. I really appreciate it. And there you go. It's a nice shirt. Yeah, see you later there, Lorraine. Thanks for tuning in. Michael, Jason. Does the station have an app? Okay, so Chris, what's the radio station? I don't know if Chris is still on. You can. I'm sure there's a way you can listen to it online. Is it WGN? No, it's the sports station. I don't know it off the top of my head, but you can find it there. I'm sure there's a way to stream it. I don't know it. I'm just walking around here, so that's a good question. And I'm sure there's a way to do it. It's good to have an old-fashioned radio, but I guess you might be out not in Chicago, so I guess you got to be in Chicago to. Hey, look at that! He's taking a picture there. And
oh yeah, Tim, you're right.
Here we are. There it is. White Sox versus Cubs, 1:20 p.m. Wrigley Field here. We'll head across. Hey, we can just walk down the street. Let's just walk down the street here. This is what I want to see. Finally, people are filing in here. It's more crowded here. It's Addison. We'll just walk down the middle of the street here. They got the Clark Street completely blocked off. This is Wrigleyville, Lakeview, Chicago. 82 degrees, 101. I'll go another block here and then I'll sign off. We got wind. I didn't see Ronnie Woo Woo. I don't know how he's doing. I know he was in the nursing home there, so I hope he's doing okay. What's this guy in the middle of the street? There's some guy here. Let's see what this guy's doing. There's Sluggers. We went there. Yeah, the score 820. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, the score 820. I'm sure you can find it online there. That's an AM station. It's 8:20 AM there. And oh, he's selling peanuts here. That's great. How you doing? It's good.
Hey, free water with your peanut.
Hey, free water with the peanut there. That's good. There's the train heading across there. The last people on that train heading to this game. I bet that train's packed. The train I was on was really packed. There, HVAC. Tin Roof doesn't have a band yet, but they'll probably have one later. Hey, we got the whole summer ahead of us. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna sign off. We'll see you after 5 on TikTok. You can watch the full rerun here. Go to the live tab on YouTube there. Brian Really Chicago. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the gifts, likes, and follows. Thanks to my mods. I got to go back to work here, so we'll catch you later here. So from Chicago. Hope it's a nice game there. 120 White Sox versus Cubs at Wrigley Field Crosstown Classic. Thanks for tuning in there. Yeah. Harry Carey. Yeah. Leather lungs. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll see you. Thanks, Chris, Jason, AG. Thanks, everybody. Ernie, Michael. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day there. Nita, thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Thanks, Chris.